Islam. During the medieval period, Islam emerged in Arabia and spread to West Asia and the rest of the world. In this module, you will learn about the birth and life of Prophet Muhammad, the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, the spread of Islam, the rule of the Umayyids, the rule of the Abbasids, and the achievements of the Arabs. The Arabs during the medieval times were divided into different tribes or Qabila. These tribes were always in conflict with one another. Each tribe worshipped its own god or goddesses as an idol. Most of the Arabs were Bedouins. They were wandering camel herdsmen who lived mostly on milk of their animals and dates that grew in the oasis. The pilgrimage shrine, Kaaba, that was located in Mecca, served as a central place of worship for different Arab clans and tribes. Prophet Muhammad was born in Mecca in 570 AD. He was brought up by his uncle after he was orphaned at an early age. He later became a trader and traveled far and wide. During his travel, he came in contact with the Jews and the Christians and learned about their religious beliefs. He lost interest in trading and turned towards spiritualism. He spent long hours in reflection in a cave at Hira. It is believed that around the age of 40 years, Muhammad had a vision. He came to believe that God had chosen him to be the messenger of the divine message. Prophet Muhammad started preaching the word of God in Mecca. The religion formed by Prophet Muhammad was called Islam, and the followers were called Muslims. Muhammad proclaimed that there is only one God, Allah. He said all were equal in the eyes of Allah and asked people to submit to the will of Allah. He listed the 5 principles or the pillars of Islam, which every Muslim has to follow. The first principle is Shahada, which states that Muslims must believe in one God and regard Muhammad as the Prophet or Messenger of God. The second principle is Salat, which states that Muslims must offer prayers or namaz 5 times a day in the direction of the Kaaba. The third principle is Sawm, which states that Muslims should keep a fast from dawn to dusk throughout the holy month of Ramzan or Ramadan. The fourth principle is Zakat, which states that Muslims must give alms to the poor as a way of serving Allah. The fifth and final principle is Hajj, which states that all Muslims must make a pilgrimage to Mecca at least once in their lifetime. In 622 AD, Muhammad left Mecca and went to Medina due to the hostile nature of the people of Mecca. This event is known as Hijrat, which marks the first year of the Muslim calendar. The people of Medina accepted Muhammad as their prophet. Muhammad defeated the army of Mecca after a few years and re-entered the city. Prophet Muhammad made Kaaba the main shrine of Islam in Mecca. Islam spread to the whole of Arabia, West Asia, Northern Africa, and Eastern Europe. The Khilafat was established over these regions. The rulers of these regions were called as Caliph, the supreme religious and political leader of the Muslims. The 4 caliphs who succeeded Muhammad were Abu Bakr, Umar, Osman, and Ali. They ruled from 632 AD to 661 AD. After the rule of the last Caliph Ali, the Umayyad dynasty took over and ruled from 661 to 750 AD. They made Damascus as their capital. The Umayyads conquered new territories up to Spain and France in the north, Sindh in the south, Samarkand in the east, and the regions along the Mediterranean coast of Africa in the west. The Umayyads were overthrown by the Abbasids in 750 AD. The Abbasids shifted the capital to Baghdad. They ruled for more than 500 years. Harun al-Rashid was a famous ruler of the Abbasid dynasty. Literature, art, and science flourished during this period. Great epics and scientific works were translated into Arabic. The Arabs learned the decimal system and zero from India. In 1258 AD, the Turks from Central Asia captured Baghdad and ended the Abbasid rule. The Arab civilization was more advanced than the European civilization. The Arabs controlled the trade between Europe and the East. All major trade routes passed through Baghdad. The best of Greek, Indian, and Iranian civilizations was absorbed by the Arabs. The Arabs made advances in mathematics, astronomy, and chemistry. Ibn Sina and Al-Razi were great scientists and physicians. Omar Khayyam was a great mathematician and a poet. The literature of the Arabs include Rubaiyat by Omar Khayyam, Shah Nama, and Arabian Nights by Firdausi. Art, especially calligraphy and architecture, was also developed. The Arab civilization bridged the period between the ancient and the modern world. Let us now recap all the important points that we have covered in this module on Islam.